Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know, my name is MnqobisMusic. As you've seen by the title of this video, this is a quick Q&A. I've asked my good friend ChatGPT to come up with 10 questions so that you guys get to know me better, not just the music. So without further ado, let's get into it. Right, first question number one. Who is MnqobisMusic really? So for those of you that are new here, I'm MnqobisMusic. I'm a music student, a singer, and venturing into content creation as well. But first and foremost, I'm a child of God. That is my foundation, my cornerstone. The cornerstone to what I am is I'm a child of God. Yeah. On top of that, I'm a singer, songwriter, music student, a passionate human being. I try to be a passionate human being as much as possible. I really love music. I love listening to music, all kinds of music. I love performing music. I love creating music, especially with people. I'm passionate about people and relationships. I love engaging with people um, on any kind of level. And I'm passionate about my sport as well. Anyone who knows me will let you know that I'm passionate about my sport. In fact, my childhood nickname that I still go by sometimes is AB, which comes from the cricket player, ex-Protea, AB de Villiers. So yeah, I love. I'm very passionate about my sport as well. So yeah, Norman Tato is a passionate human being, a child of God. Yeah, I'm constantly trying to learn new things, trying to up my game with regards to music, with regards to content creation, with regards to singing and songwriting. Yeah. Question number two. When did you first realize that music was more than just a hobby for you? Oh, when did I realize that music was just a hobby for me? I think it would be August of 2024, my first ever paid gig. So I've sung in choirs, I've sung with a band at school. We had a band at school. But my first ever paid gig was in August of 2024. It was like a corporate event performance. I performed with my old music teacher, Mrs. Nina Watson. Unbelievable woman, that lady is very, very talented and vastly experienced. Anyway, yeah, that first ever paid gig, just that connection that I felt with the people that were there. I don't know these people. I've never met these people, but the connection transcended kind of just regular connections. It was very, very cool. It was an enjoyable experience. I think that was the first time I realized. And maybe even before that, when I was, I always thought that music, I would do something to do with music, whether it's teaching music, whether it's being in a choir. But for me, that day was the day where it was sort of cemented that, I would do this as a job for the rest of my life. So yeah, that was probably when it was. Question number three. Why did you choose to study music at UKZN, and what has the journey been like so far? So for those of you that are new here that don't know, I'm entering my second year of studying a Bachelor of Arts in Music at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like I said, music has been my thing for the longest time. Singing in choir since I was 9. Did music throughout prep school and then high school as well. So I always knew that I would study something to do with music. But choosing UKZN, it actually was a toss-up between Stellenbosch and UKZN. Stellenbosch wanted me to do a couple of years before I started my actual degree, which was a risk because those couple of years don't always guarantee that you go into your degree. And yeah, and UKZN is a great university with a great music department and a brilliant reputation as well. Plus, it's close to home. I'm born and raised Durbanite, so being in a familiar setting, I live with my family. Just I know the place, so that's what made me choose to study at UKZN. And I mean, the journey's been it's been different. I must say, it's obviously a very different feeling from being at university to being, well, from being at school to being at university. It's a different adjustment that you kind of have to make. But I mean, I'm pretty stoked that I'm in the position to make that adjustment in the first place. Yeah, I think it's been good so far, and I think it's going to get better and better. Okay, question number 4. What has being part of the KZN Youth Choir taught you as a musician and as a person? As the question alludes to, I am in the KwaZulu Natal Youth Choir. It is my 7th year in the choir. Yes, I'm old. Leave me alone. Yes, I've been in the KZN Youth Choir now for 6 years. This is my 7th year. It's been a massive part of my life. Every Friday night practice, people know he's at KZN Youth Choir. And it's taught me a lot as a person and as a musician. It's taught me how to work with other people. And being in a choir is such a unique experience because for me, what I respect a lot about singing, especially so, like about music, but especially so about singing, is how vulnerable singing is. Singing is you, it's my voice. My voice is actually quite tired because we just came back from the KZN Youth Choir camp, but my voice is how I communicate with people. It's how I speak every day. It's, I mean, the whole body is used to sing and your voice is part of your body. It's not like playing the piano where, you play with your fingers, the piano can break, you get another piano and you start playing. This one goes out of tune and you get another one and you tune the piano. And as much as all those other things take skill, but it's very, very vulnerable to be a singer and to be a musician. And so being in a choir is even more vulnerable because you have to do it together and get into a blend and sit in the same place and understand where you're going as a musician. And I think it's very, very intimate and very, very vulnerable. So it's taught me a lot about working with other people. It's taught me a lot about being a musician in general. Being an intelligent musician, I have to apply myself a lot more because I'm not only thinking about myself, but I'm thinking about the music and how my voice group is interacting, how other voice groups are interacting, how do we hear the harmonies, can we, click in tune and start to get up into the space of hearing overtones. I mean, it's a very demanding experience, but very, very enjoyable one and definitely worthwhile. So yeah, being part of the KZN Youth Choir has taught me quite a bit. Number 5, what kind of artist do you believe you are becoming, and what sound are you drawn to right now? What kind of artist do you believe you're becoming? I want to become a versatile artist. One of my favorite sayings is, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but better than a master of one. I love the idea of being able to do more than one thing, of being able to sing choral music and being able to sing pop music and being able to sing jazz and being able to sing, neo soul, and being able to not only sing those things but induce the feelings that need to be induced. But creating that connection, because that's what I want my music to do. So I want people to connect through my music. Through my music, I want them to feel free and more liberated and draw them closer to God. Like I said, being a child of God is the most pivotal and most important thing in my life. And I want people to feel connection, to feel, feel less tension and feel more free when they listen to my music. So that's the artist that I want to become, that I'm looking to become, but also versatile, because it takes more than one kind of music to do that. Sometimes you feel that emotional connection when you're listening to a piano ballad, or when you're listening to like a really like upbeat song, and you kind of feeling free and you're jumping and you're happy. So I want to be as versatile as possible as a musician, but most importantly, draw people in terms of emotional connection. And what sound am I drawn to right now? Anybody who knows me will know that I am a huge Olivia Dean fan, and I was an Olivia Dean fan before the rest of the world was an Olivia Dean fan. Even before Man I Need, even before Nice to Meet You, I've been there. I was there. Let the record show I was there from the beginning because I love Olivia Dean. I really do. I found her on Spotify like it was shuffling or something. Oh, it was an Instagram reel. Oh, love that kind of sound. I love Ray as well. Goldford, he's an American artist. He sings a song called Easy Does It. Orange Blossoms. I really like his music. Joy Crooks as well. Very, very enjoyable music. I love her music. Um, yeah, yeah, that's the kind of sound I'm drawn to right now that I'm listening to quite a bit. Also, stuff like Bushle G and the Saxby Twins, two local artists that are incredible. Guys like Stephen Ulo, oh, such a talented artist. Talawerum as well. That kind of, that good vibes, bar kind of sing along, sort of thing. I really enjoy that kind of music as well. Now. I'm drawn to that sound and would like to emulate that in my own way. So yeah, that's the sound that I'm drawn to at the moment. Um, Number 6, what are some challenges you face as a young musician content creator that people don't see? That's quite a deep one, actually. It's quite a it's quite a heavy question. Um, I guess sometimes people don't respect a work in progress and they don't see the value in being a work in progress. They want something that's a finished product, especially with social media and things being accessible very, very quickly. We tend to want something that's perfect from the word go. I struggled to start my content creation journey because the phone that I'm using, doesn't have the best camera quality, and I can't afford to upgrade as of yet. Um, I didn't have all the gear. I don't have a looping station. It's just me and my analog stomp box. So yeah, I feel like being a work in progress sometimes isn't valued and isn't respected, and that can be difficult sometimes because you want those opportunities. You only get to where they want you to be by taking on those opportunities, but they don't give you those opportunities to get there. So sometimes that can be difficult, but I will say I have a fantastic support system in terms of family, in terms of people who are willing to help me in this music journey, and I'm very grateful to God for that. So yeah, I think that's probably the biggest challenge. Also, I mean, the nature of our economy, everything costs money. That's probably also the biggest challenge. I mean, the nature of it is, things cost money. So yeah, those would probably be the biggest challenges. Question number 7. How do you balance varsity choir gigs, content creation, and personal life? The honest truth? I don't. I'll be the first person to admit that I really struggled with that last year. And we'll see how this year is going to go because I'm adding even more to it. I'm joining another choir. I'm going to be the assistant conductor for the school choir here in Durban. So I'm adding more and more stuff. But I think the key to balance is putting first things first, is prioritizing. So I'll be the first to admit last year I didn't prioritize the things that I needed to prioritize, i.e. academic work, making time to read my Bible and spend time with God and the Word. So the key to balance for me is putting first things first, and prioritizing, writing things down, but also to keep chipping away. You know, um, nothing's going to happen overnight. You don't grow in musicianship overnight. It's about practicing every day. It's about putting in the work. You can't take care of your body physically in terms of exercising and eating well overnight. You're not going to eat one good meal and your body will be perfect. You got to take time. You got to keep chipping away at stuff. So I think putting first things first, and just keep on going day by day by day. keep chipping away and keep executing, the little things, you know, and everything else will sort of take care of itself. So that's the biggest thing for me this year. What inspires you most when choosing covers or preparing for live performances? To be honest with you, I think it's really the music that I listen to. Um, my Spotify Wrapped last year said I listened to 200 and something genres, which is a lot. So by the grace of God, I have a decent variety of music that I listen to anyway. Um, so when I'm choosing my covers, it's about what I enjoy and finding, like a Venn diagram, like what I enjoy, what people who listen to me will enjoy, and finding the sweet spot in the middle. So that's what inspires me when choosing covers or prepping for gigs. Number nine, second to last question. What are your biggest goals for this year, musically and personally? I like this question. I like this question. I think for me, biggest goal, biggest goals, musically and personally, one would be to excel in the new choir and my new job as an assistant conductor, as well as in the KZN Youth Choir, as well um, as in terms of just academic work, varsity work, especially so the KZN Youth Choir. The plan is for us to go on an international tour to Poland, Czech Republic, and Germany. And so I want to be at my best to compete with the KZN Youth Choir. I want to be at my best when I'm singing with the Durban Symphonic Choir. I want to be at my best when I am conducting the DPHS choir. So yeah, I think for me is my biggest goal is to excel in those departments. Academically as well, I want to do my honors and masters and potentially a doctorate, either at Stellenbosch or at the University of Pretoria or UCT, but basically not here at UKZN. So that needs me to have, the credentials behind it. So this year will be very, very important, and next year will be very, very important, academically speaking. So that's definitely a big goal for me. Musically wise, music wise, for me, a big thing is recording and producing my own music. But that entails investing time, investing money. There's equipment that I still need to get to be able to do that properly. Also, obviously putting my songs out there means that I have to do a bit more marketing for myself, content creation, etc., which is another goal of mine for 2026 is to dive deeper into the content creation side because I like the connection that you garner from seeing behind the scenes clips and day in the lives and things like that. I want there to be a connection so that you feel like, oh, you know what, I'm seeing someone grow because a lot of the time we see these big musicians and, we see athletes and, you're sort of like, damn, I don't know if I could ever reach there, but I want to inspire someone else that you know what, you can actually make something of this dream of yours. Um, and this is my journey. It might not necessarily be everyone's journey, but at least take inspiration from the fact that someone else can do it and can do it in a godly manner as well. Um, so yeah, diving into the content creation bit of it is a big goal for me this year. Definitely. What message would you give to someone who wants to pursue music but is scared to start? Don't be afraid of being a work in progress. That is for me. You begin somewhere and you grow and you grow and you grow. The perfection, the high quality stuff, it will come. The big gigs, or even if you're just doing it for fun. I mean, the big stuff. Playing the best songs, it will come. Um, but taking that first step is so important. Don't be afraid to be a work in progress. I think that would be the advice. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this little Q&A. Hope you got to know a little bit more about me. Yeah, please make sure to like, to comment, and please subscribe as well. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. And obviously, subscribe to my YouTube channel here at MnqobisMusic. MnqobisMusic. No capitals, no spaces. Comment down below as well. Any more video ideas that you'd like to see day in the lives, behind the scenes, in terms of like behind the scenes for when I perform and stuff like that, behind the scenes for youth choir. There should be a KZN youth choir camp video coming out very, very soon. I'm just waiting to get all of the footage. I just got back from camp 3 or 4 days ago. So yeah, there should be a video coming out on that. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe down below. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. What's going on, guys?